Well, reading an insurance policy is pretty scary for me too, so I understand that. Some really simple things you should be looking for. We all want to make sure we have the right amount of discounts. We want to make sure that our names are spelled right, so on and so forth. Key thing is first thing is take a look at your insurance policy. Like exactly, read your name, read the expiration date, the start date. Make sure that you understand when the policy starts and stops. Make sure the address matches. Okay, very, very important. If you move, your postal code can drive the price up or down, and if the postal code's wrong, that can, by one letter or across the street can drive the price up or down. Go down and take a look at throughout the policy and see if there are discounts within there. Like if you have your home and auto with the same insurance company, which is a really smart thing to do because you're bundling. Make sure you get a multi-policy discount. If you have more than one car, make sure you get a multi-vehicle discount. Go through and make sure that if you purchased and you own snow tires on your car, that's listed in the policy, that you're getting a winter tire discount. Once again, I talk about water damages all the time. Make sure that you able to read and see that you have sewer backup. And then what are the limitations on the backup, or on the sewer backups? Because some companies, not mentioning any for professional reasons obviously, but some of them have a limited coverages. And they've been changing in the last number of years, and they keep sending all these documents to you, and they change that. And they say, oh, before we used to give you $200,000 worth of water damage, and now if you look closely, you might only have $10,000, $5,000, $15,000, $25,000. That's not enough. I often use this example. I had a client of mine last year in June that had a flood in their basement from the tiny little valve off the backside of the fridge. In 4 hours' time, that caused $60,000 damage to that basement, and because they were with a different company, there were not enough coverages because of that. So that's very, very important. You want to make sure that the limits are where you think you want to be. Well, hang on a second. Let's take a look at the value of your house. Is the value of your house, is it way more than you think it's worth? You need to talk to your broker or your agent about that, about why you think the number is more or less than what you think it should be. There might be a reason for it, or it might be incorrect, or that might be a reason for you to shop around. If you make a change on your policy, you add a car, you add, well, by the way, I put a deck on the back of my house, or I added a garage, and you call your insurance broker or agent up and you tell them that, and then you receive documents in the mail, you should go through those documents to make sure you can see those changes. If those changes aren't in there, that means you may not have coverage. Absolutely. That's one of the things I pride myself in. I have no problem if I do a quote for you. I like to put both your policy and my potential policy side by side, and I show you the differences. One of the biggest things I do is I say, come and see me, put your policy under your arm. I don't care what it says, because I'm going to want to make sure that you have the most amount of coverage for the least amount of price. So then when I go in, I flip it around, I can show you the differences. If you're getting a better deal, I tell you. If you're not getting a better deal, I'll tell you. And I'll tell you all the reasons why. As a registered insurance broker, it is my obligation to share with you truths about what's going on. I cannot artificially change numbers to make it work in my favor, to have an insurance policy with me. It's there. I'm here to help you make sure you have the most amount.